There are many components that make up your computer, and in this video I'm going to try and explain them in the most short amount of time in autistic detail so you guys can sit here and just not watch a 20-minute video on me rambling on about computers. Now, there are many components that make up the computer. There is the motherboard, the CPU, GPU, RAM, and also your storage device. Now let's first start with the motherboard, because without it, literally nothing on your computer will work. The motherboard is the piece of hardware in your computer that allows everything to work together. Pretty much it's like a house, and it is the frame of the house. Pretty much without it, nothing will work, and this is the piece of hardware which allows you to install whatever you want into your computer. Your GPU, CPU, RAM, and also your storage device. Your motherboard also has something else that's very important, and that is your basic input-output system, or your BIOS. I'm not going to go into anything about the BIOS in this video. That'll be a video for another time. All you need to know is it is something extremely important. Pretty much without it, your computer will be an expensive paperweight. Motherboards also come with a few other things. One of them being ports so you can plug in devices, so like USB devices, also audio devices, stuff like that. Most motherboards also come with a sound card. A sound card allows you to just have audio working. There's also quite a few motherboards that come with Wi-Fi cards now. Wi-Fi cards allow you to connect to Wi-Fi, pretty self-explanatory. Also, Bluetooth cards allows you to connect your devices to your computer, pretty self-explanatory also. Next, you have your CPU, and your CPU is also very, very important. Without it, nothing will work on your computer. Pretty much when you want to execute a program, it will be executed by your CPU. Your CPU will run the calculations to run said program. The CPU is pretty much used for executing code. It is pretty much just one big calculator that does a bunch of complex calculations really quickly, allowing you to load up things like YouTube or Spotify or Snapchat. Next, you have your storage device, and your storage device allows you to store virtually everything. Your operating system, your photos, your videos, your music, everything is stored on your storage device. Now, there are two storage devices you can get. There is SSDs, and then there is hard drives. These are the two devices that you'll find in computers for storing your data, and pretty much they are slow. They store a lot of data, but they are very, very, very slow. Then you have your RAM. Random autistic mammals. Random access memory. Pretty much this is the piece of hardware which allows programs to be ran. Pretty much everything that's ran on your computer will be loaded into your RAM. So games, pretty much your OS, programs, everything is loaded into your RAM. So an example of this is when you load up Minecraft, you will be playing Minecraft and it will be loaded into your RAM. Now, after a bit, you may want to save and exit. When you save your game, it will take the information from your RAM and write it to your storage device. Pretty much back in the day, before there was auto-saving, if you did not save your work, it would be, well, gone because it didn't take any of the information from your RAM and write it to your storage device. Lastly, we have our GPU, Great Penguins United. Graphical Processing Unit. This component does more than just processing graphics, but more on that in a little bit. Pretty much this component is completely optional to your computer, depending on your use case, of course. If you're, let's say, just wanting to browse the internet and just wanting to watch some movies and stuff and, store your photos and stuff, you don't need a GPU. However, if you're, let's say, playing games or editing videos or doing high complex mathematical equations, you want a GPU. So these complex mathematical equations will be like Bitcoin mining or processing graphics in a game. Very demanding stuff, and the GPU is actually its own computer. It has its own CPU and RAM, with its sole purpose to pretty much do complex mathematical equations like graphics or ray tracing, stuff like that.